Sorry again, but for those who are interested, let me see if I can say this properly again. What has been communicated to me, even some time back, which I find really shocking, unbelievable. The unseen force has been communicating again and again, as shocking as it gets, about the past. And even I think I was in St. Vianney's school in 1974 when, maybe it was 1974, because 1975 I think we went to London. So I am being told again, which I find very hard to believe. You see, I had a Christian teacher in St. Vianney's School, Sadar, Karachi. She was very good, loving, caring, and very decent. I had enjoyed a lot. I was in the play, Christmas play, Father Christmas. We sang Santa Claus. It went on air in that year. So our play came on television. We had a great time. I remember it was in that hall in St. Joseph's College, but we were in St. Vianney's, and there was no wall to demarcate or block the way from St. Vianney's to St. Joseph's Convent School. And coincidentally, there was a song too during those years that we used to listen to in the car going for family drives. It was an Indian song, Aao tumhe chand pe le jaaye. So this teacher of mine, my school teacher, and who would come home to give me tuitions, and then kindly requested my mother that I do not study at home. And I show her my toys and all. I remember showing her my doll. And so she asked my mother that to send her to her house, and I used to then go to her house. I think it was opposite the grammar school, in an apartment there. And then all of a sudden, one fine day, my mother came to tell me that her sister and her, who were at the Kashmir Road fair or carnival, they met this teacher of mine who told her that she was very sorry. She could not tell me or see me. She was going to Saudi Arabia now for good, leaving us and me, and to tell me that she sends her love, but she's very sorry that she's leaving. And sorry, I just need to collect my thoughts. And she told my mother that she didn't have the heart to tell me herself. So if she could, my mother could communicate this to me. So even now, it's been so many years, I haven't forgotten. And now with the internet, Facebook, bringing us close and aiding us to find our childhood friends and people we have lost, our loved ones, teachers. I would like to use this video to see if I can find my teacher from St. Vianney's long time ago, 1973, 74. My last name was my father's name that time. I'm Zahra Abdul Hussein. Hoping to see if I can reunite with this teacher of mine. I'm much grateful to the social media, but there's a big hitch. This enemy, the way it's made me so ashamed to even meet my friends. And even if I want to meet my friends, I cannot meet my friends. So for some time I've tried to not question this force, unseen force that has been revealing to me about even the past, like 1974. When I was separated from my teacher went to Saudi Arabia all of a sudden. And what luck that I get separated from those I love. Since childhood, this has been happening to me. I don't know what sin I committed that is so unforgivable. But this unseen force has been trying to console me, telling me that it's not because God is angry at me or hates me. It's because I'm a victim of someone's envy against my mother and father. That's what the clairvoyant in London told me, that this witch who was doing witchcraft on us was actually jealous of my mother and father. I asked her if I had done this witch any wrong, and she said that I have not done any wrong to her, but she wants to get us, the children, because she's jealous of my parents. And now, without questioning this unseen force, I have to say what it has told me. It's told me an unbelievable thing of the past, 1974 perhaps, that the teacher was, by a cunning plan of someone who was jealous of my mother, was sent to Saudi Arabia. And this aunt, one of my mother's sister, who was an air hostess in Saudi Airlines, was involved in shifting my teacher to Saudi Arabia. And behind her, there is a big shot person, high influence. And that's why even when she could lie to the Saudi Airlines or something like that and not get caught, because she has some backing since long time ago. Now she has passed away, but it's about the time when she was alive. And the question was, how was she so boldly and unafraid working as an air hostess in Saudi Airlines while married and had 2 sons. So the answer to this question is that at that time she had some very high influence backing. That's why she was not even slightly afraid of working there working as an air hostess, married with 2 sons. And then to remind me, the unseen force used this also to tell me that it's not my fault. When she got into trouble with her husband, when I said something against what she said, and so they reminded me of this teacher and how happy we were, telling me that my aunt was involved in this. So don't feel an ounce of guilt that the truth came out about this aunt. Oh yes, and I forgot to mention that it must have affected her 2 sons who were in the car too, with the husband, with the father. When she came to me and told me that day when it came out, her husband wanted her to leave the car in the middle of the way home, and then she convinced him that it was not true, so he took her back. So it must have affected the 2 sons who were in the car, seeing that their innocent mother, now due to what I had said, which was to them a lie, and because of me there was then disturbance in the house, and the poor father disturbed, the mother disturbed. And this one is quite something. My youngest aunt told me that, remember, we were so active at one time. So this unseen force told me why we all became like the wrath of God, or you know how accursed, because of one person's, let's say, hurting some people or doing damage to a whole airplane and many passengers. So how this curse came on us because of one person's involvement in killing people and bringing so much misery and grief to their family members.